ASL Lesson 2. Okay, what I will do this time is I will do the same thing as I did for Lesson 1, except when I'm spelling the word, I'm not going to say the letters. Okay, let's begin. Time, that was time. I think what I'll do is I'll pause after I spell them, so I'll give you time to guess. You can always pause the video and think about it, and then I will say the word and sign it. So, number 2 again. Day. You have your D, hand, and you have your arm, and you put your elbow resting here, and you go all the way down. Day. Night. Night. This represents the horizon. And then this represents the sun going down below the horizon. So this is either night or it could be evening. Morning. So the sun is rising up just over the horizon. Morning. I'm not sure the camera's getting it. Morning. Noon. The sun is straight up. Noon. Or 6. Let me do that again. I did that a little fast. Afternoon. So kind of like at this angle. You don't want it too far down, but just at this angle. Because this is noon, this is afternoon, and that's evening or night. So afternoon, like this, afternoon. week. You have your flat hand, and you have your D hand, and the circle part of your D slides across your flat hand. Week, week. Month. Did you guess it? Month. You have your one D hand and the other D hand, and you make it a T, and you're going to go down. Month. Just one time. Month. Year. Did you guess it? Year. You have your S hands, and you point, palms facing you, one on top of the other. The top one goes all the way around and comes back. Year. Remember what this number is? Hey. Will. Now we had this one in lesson 1. Will. Will. This also means future. Will. Before. Before. Anything behind you represents the past. So before. Anything in front of you represents the future. So that's why will is in future. I will do that. That means in the future. Not. Not. You have your A hand, and you have your thumb under the chin, and you just flick it out. Not. Not. today. Today. You have your Y hands and you're bringing them to your waist, but I gotta bring it high so the camera can catch it. And you palms are up and you bring it down. You can do it, and you bounce it twice. So today, or you could go bounce it once, and then make the sign day. Today, today, or today. This also is now, right now. Later. Later. Now remember, later is in the future. So you have your L hand and you're just going to go later in the future. Later. Okay. Always. You have a D hand. D hand is like this, but a closed D is like this. So this is a closed D. And you're going to put it palm facing you, and you just circle around. Make this go into this circle. Always. Next week, I want to explain something about spelling. When I spell next, N-E-X-T, and then if you're spelling more than one word, you spell the first word, and then when you pause, you make sure you pause for the next word so they don't think it's one big long word. But you have your hand in a neutral position, not holding it like this or whatever, because that looks like this is starting the next word with an A or an S or whatever. So it's kind of like a neutral position. There's no letter formation. So when I spell next, N-E-X-T, and then I pause kind of like this, and I go into week, W-E-E-K. So next week, same as week, you have your X. Did we do week? Oh, we didn't do week yet. Okay, never mind. Oh, we did do week. Okay. You have the circle part of your D and you go across for week. But then you just bring it on over. Like that. But it's flattened. But you bring it up and over. Not down where your pinky is. But over where your thumb is. So next week. But it's flattened. Next week. Next week. Did you guess what it was? Last week. So you have the year sign for week, and then since it was in the past, last week. You go in the past. Last week. Or week last, but that's what that means, last week. Yesterday. So since it's in the past, but it was only yesterday, so it wasn't really far in the past, you're only going to go back a little bit. So you have your Y hand, you put it on your cheek, you go back just a little bit, maybe to your ear. Yesterday. Tomorrow. So it's in the future. And so you're going to have an A hand, and you bring it into the future just a little bit because it's not that far in the future. Tomorrow. Start with by your cheek. You bring it straight out. Don't bring it along because that's another sign. Bring it straight out. Tomorrow. Every day. So this is tomorrow, and every day means a bunch of tomorrows. So tomorrow. So every day.